Yo, it's Ramen on a Friday. This is Devin Days, and this is episode 7. Today I wanted to get into a whole bunch of different stuff, but Kamau, introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up? I'm Kamau Phoenix, singer, songwriter, now podcaster. But happy to be here.
Yeah. Like I was saying, when I wanted to talk to you before, we kind of had this conversation before. The new consumer to me is so simple. Like they don't want to dig deep and think about why things are happening.
Yeah.
And it fucking drives me nuts. Mm-hmm. Like what I was saying to you, back before, we had a G Unit, we had a Bad Boy, and we created this big empire. And now it seems like everyone's saying they're independent, but they're not really independent. Because if you think about it, they're just being sold as one small entity when they could be getting paid forever. Mm-hmm. Does that not make any sense? Like they had a room full of writers. Like, why do you think it is that Drake is still successful? Because he's one of those people.
Yeah, he's gone in with the intention that he's going to build.
My girlfriend gets mad at me every time I talk to her and I say that I compare Drake to Nipsey's run, and I'm not completely comparing. See, people are biased. Because I used to be biased. Like, I like Nipsey, but for a whole different reason. I like Nipsey because of what he stands for. But as an artist, I feel like Drake is on the same level because of the content.
Mm-hmm. So that's like what I was saying about the intention of an empire thing. Drake, he didn't just pop off on SoundCloud. He went with Wayne, and then he was like, nah, Wayne, I want to do my own thing. And then we have now OVO Sweatshop. And it's not just Drake, it's a whole OVO thing. It's a whole OVO, that's why I call it OVO Sweatshop. He got niggas in there that's not Drake doing shit
for
the
Drake. Quentin Miller situation.
All that shit, yeah. Because that's how like people equate legendary shit.
Yo, people never agree with me on this. Do you agree that Meek stopped his career dead in tracks?
Quentin stopped Meek's
career?
No,
Meek stopped Quentin's career.
Yes. Because anything that Quentin does or did, that shit overshadows it. That shit.
See, I would have thought in the beginning that would have helped it.
Maybe, just because of the exposure. But in hindsight, that's the only thing anybody knows about Quentin Miller. Before or after. I didn't know about him before. And the only thing I know about him now is that he wrote for Drake. And then this whole situation happened. So it's like, yeah, that it was a detriment to his... I mean, I saw in an interview that he said in a way it helped, but I feel like it didn't because nobody knows Quentin Miller except for this situation. Like I don't know.
I was watching my boys, everybody watches Gary V. You know who Gary V is?
Yeah. And
I was sitting there watching him talk to Nipsey, and he said, in order to be successful, you have to be in love with both the marketing and the music. Do you think so? I mean,
yeah, absolutely, because it's a image game. It's like half of what people are seeing from you is your image. So it's like that marketing has to be smart. It has to be. And like for you to like 6ix9ine is a marketing genius.
It's the way I see it is everybody has their own.
Everybody has their own shit. Yeah.
No, but everyone has a 15.
What do you mean? Oh, 15 minutes of fame?
No, everyone has 15 bars.
What do you mean?
Everyone does. I can ask my sister to write a rap.
Oh, are you saying like it's just as important? Like
it's just as important.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I definitely. I think it's more important to have better content to back the. I think the marketing only backs the content, which should be the forefront of like what you're doing. But like the marketing, if you play it well, that's how you'll get more success in terms.
But I look at these new artists that I really don't listen to, but then I'll like check in on them, like XX or all these other new dudes, Lil Tay and all these other people. Yeah. Their problem is the marketing. And none of them are in love with marketing. They're just like, oh, I made the music. I did good on SoundCloud. Let me go find someone that can do the marketing for me.
Oh, you mean the artists themselves?
Yes.
The marketing.
Yes.
Okay,
Look what's going on. I never see anyone like doing they shit. The last person I seen doing they shit, and tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. The last person I seen that was really doing shit was Rich Homie. And I didn't even care for Rich Homie when he came out.
See,
if you go back to his first mixtapes, the one he did with DJ Drama, the one before that, he was talking about doing shit by himself.
He was marketing himself.
He was marketing himself. He didn't have no label situation. He was marketing himself. And then people said about Chance the Rapper, but at this point, Chance the Rapper's just he's out of here. He's not in the sense he's out of here, but I'm saying like he's already commercialized. But what I'm saying is a lot of the artists, it's just the same. A lot of the artists that weren't commercialized themselves and became entities. Like 50 Cent commercialized himself and became an entity. Last night, I watched the last episode of Power, and me and Piety had never seen it. Perry, hey, we call him Piety, but he had never seen it, right? Perry had never seen it, and he was like, I was explaining to him like what was going on because they created this whole Power universe. Like 50 Cent somehow swindled us, ended season 6, and then created 3 other shows out of Power. He created a Power, like a Marvel universe, right? And I was like, this is what he's good at.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He swindled us. And the content don't even have to be that good.
Right, yeah.
The content really isn't that good.
Yeah. Because why everybody knows, oh, Power. That's that show. Oh, Power. Oh, 50 Cent Power.
Like,
you know, like
I seen the episode where 50 Cent died twice in the series.
Are you serious?
Yes, he died twice. The first time he gets burnt in a building by a ghost.
Does he play himself?
No, he plays a character that's like himself, but his name is Kanan.
Okay.
He's like 50 Cent is like the ruthless guy. Like the guy, he just gets out of prison and he just doesn't care about anyone. He just wants to shoot everyone. Wow. And the first time they burn him in a building and he just appears out of the building. And I'm making a point out of this. He burns in the building and then he just appears out of the building the next season. He made it out. He's being nursed. He's got scabs and wounds and he's drinking lean. He's like, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna kill all them motherfuckers. And then in the second time he dies, Ghost's son, the reason why they made the new series, is because like the son is taking over. The son set him up and the police shot him to death. And I was sitting there waiting like, is he dead or not? Like, you know what I mean? And once again, what I'm explaining to you, the content was not that good, but he somehow salvaged it by using the ghost of Kanan to create oh,
it just went over
to create Tariq. Because he talks.
Is this 2 different characters?
Yes, it's 2 different characters.
That he both plays?
No.
Oh, it's 2 different characters.
They have entwined. See, I grew up on the street, so I understand it. Like, not necessarily grew up on the street, but I was around street cats, right? Tariq was he watched his father be a gangster, and he's like, I really want to be one. But his father was like, no, don't do this. And Tariq's just like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Kanan doesn't like his father. So he's like...
So they're brothers.
Who? Kanan?
Oh, they're just 2 completely different people.
They're friends.
Oh,
they were friends, but they end up not liking each other. And he used his son against him.
Oh, wow.
He starts teaching his son how to be a gangster and all of this other stuff. And then now the kid is confused because the kid, all he wanted to do is be a gangster, but his father won't teach him. But this guy that's friends with his father will teach him. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So now he in turn ends up killing his father.
Wow.
Which creates another series.
Wow. Killing his father, what? Out of like spite?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm not going to get into it, but a whole bunch of other stuff happens. Like his father gets to a fight with his mom. Tariq somehow gets his sister killed by accident, being a gangster. Like all these things happen, which leads up to Tariq. But the point that I'm making about artists is that they don't do stuff like that anymore.
Stuff like
he created a saga out of one idea. Like when I talk to people in this generation now, they don't create a saga out of one idea. Like 50 Cent created a whole universe
out of just one little thing, because it went pop. And
he's like, I can make 4 of these.
Yeah.
I could write. I've been a gangster before. I could write about being a gangster 18 times.
And I don't.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's done it before with fucking Get Rich, Die Trying.
Yeah, exactly.
Movie.
Exactly.
So it's like, I think that helped him a lot, but I think for some reason, and I don't really know because I don't really watch.
But that's the whole point of me telling you, to get your perspective. Even though you didn't watch it, what I'm trying to say is, it's not about, see, if you would have watched it would have been even more confusing because you understand. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is he created an idea out of one thing. He created 3 different entities.
Out of one show.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, niggas aren't doing that.
No.
Niggas aren't doing that.
With music either.
Yeah.
Like me, I love, like the Dream Chaser saga with Meek Mill. I was waiting for Tony's story. I'm like, Tony's story 1 was hard. I can't wait. Tony's story 2, ooh. Tony's story 3, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've heard this already. But still, I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, it's a saga.
Even if the last one sucks.
It's a story.
He's known for Tony's story.
Yeah.
I want to hear a Tony story on the next album.
Yeah. You don't really see it now. You see it now with like artists like Cudi. He dropped Man on the Moon 3 just recently, and people were going crazy for that. But like new artists, they're trying to do this thing. I don't know if you noticed, but they're doing this thing where they'll drop, like Lil Uzi, he dropped Eternal Take, but the deluxe of Eternal Take was I think it was you know what I'm saying?
People were talking about that. I'm not an Uzi fan, but people were talking about
He basically dropped a deluxe album, and the deluxe album was like the 3rd installment of like the couple albums he's doing. But what they're doing right now in the stream game is just saturating the market and putting out 20 fucking songs because streaming will be up, and they're ruining their discography because, you know what I mean?
That moves into my next point.
You feel me?
Do we need release dates?
Do we need release dates? Not necessarily.
In 2021.
We need fucking good content. Literally. I'm telling you. Because they're playing these games. Oh, I'm just drop it randomly. But the album sucks.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
I said the same thing. My girlfriend loves Chris Brown, right? Don't get me wrong. I don't like him because she likes him. Total truth. But I still can agree that Chris Brown is a talented artist, right? Why is it that he needs a 22-song track list with 2 good fucking songs on it?
Right, because of streams, because of how streaming works.
It annoys the shit out of me.
Because nobody's buying CDs or nobody cares about. People have lost the idea or the idea of an album. That the idea of an album. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like fucking Watch the Throne is a fucking album. Like that is an album. People are just putting out like what they say playlists now. It's just a bunch of fucking songs. It's because they're riding off of, hey, we know people like albums, but they're not making content. They're making content with the
Tory Lanez tried it twice.
Like Chicks Tape and all that shit.
No, yeah, but the last Chicks Tape where he did all the 2000 R&B thing, I was looking forward to that. And I wasn't even, I don't care for Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
But I was looking for that. And when I listened to it, I was disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just a bunch of, they're
He
just
fucking made me, he swindled my black ass in the fucking bonnet. I was like, yeah, man, I waited till 12 o'clock. I'm a music listener.
Yeah. No, that's what
I like
mean.
music.
But
like
people want that fucking, so he's dropping an album, all this albums coming out, all the albums.
That was good promotion.
That's what I'm saying. It's all good promotion, but it's only to drive up streams in this day and age.
I told Yeti, and I fucking can't stand
streams.
this shit. I mentioned him on every single goddamn episode. I've been told not to, but fucking 6ix9ine is the smartest.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the smartest promoters of himself in this generation.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, definitely.
I fucking hate him.
I fucking hate the guy too.
But he's really good at marketing.
He's a fucking genius when it comes to it. Nobody's done it like he's done it.
I told people, I said, watch his temple. Like I told Piety, I said, yo, watch his staple. Like, watch what he's doing, and then do it without doing the fuck shit. Yeah. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Like you're saying, advice like do that, but no fuck shit in between.
Well, yeah.
Exactly. And if somebody,
if he would have did that without no fuck shit, he would have not been involved in none of this shit, and none of that would have happened.
And I wouldn't be mad at him.
No,
I'd be applauding him.
If he would have just trolled like fucking spitting on a cake, saying his album was coming out, that'd be completely different.
Yeah, but you out here fucking around,
handing red rags out.
Yeah, looking stupid when you know you're not in that shit. Like,
exactly,
bro. And then you're gonna fucking get everybody. Well, he didn't himself get everybody caught up because it's their responsibility. But you know what I'm saying? There's a reason that nigga's not in jail right now.
Exactly.
There's a reason that nigga left within months. That's crazy. He was about to go in 40 fucking 60 goddamn years.
40, 60 years.
And leaves.
But he's not the only. See, that's the problem that I have with people. And I don't want to get into that subject too deep into that because that could be a whole different thing. But he's not the only one. And that's the reason why I'm getting mad at the hip hop collective. Because this fuck shit has been happening for like, we're saying it about him, but 50 did the same thing. Like, you guys just weren't old enough. Oh, the address. Oh, yeah. People just people have been doing what we're talking about to the end since the end of the time. Like 50 Cent started that shit. He had a song called "How to Rob." And my girlfriend told me to pay attention to this type of shit because I know these type of facts. But he had a song called "How to Rob," right? Which he was slick. He was like, he pretty much did what 6ix9ine did. He named every single rapper in How to Rob and explained how he was going to rob them.
You talking about what's his name?
50 did.
Oh shit! I think
in the early 90s, he had a song called "How to Rob." This remember I told you he had a tape, and I went to walk for it. I went to Harlem and got the tape, and came back here in a church group. 50 was the original 6ix9ine. 50 he made a song called, first he did Ghetto Quran. And everyone, if you type in Ghetto Quran on YouTube, a lot of people say Ghetto Quran was a snitching song. Because in the song, he's pretty much naming all these drug dealers that no one knows about that's from his hood. And he's basically talking shit about them.
Wow. Right?
And then he had the song How to Rob, which made him famous because he dissed Jay-Z on it. He dissed everyone. The only person that responded, and I'm going to talk to you about the power of responding. There's a reason why Drake didn't respond to Pusha T. Because Ja Rule even said it. Why respond? Ja Rule fucked up by responding. 50 made the song called "How to Rob." He said, I can't remember the lyrics, but he said something about robbing Jay-Z. Then Jay-Z had put out the Coming of Age, one of them CDs, and he dissed him. He dissed 50 Cent. Now, this is in one of the DVDs I watched. If you watch Summer Jam, Jay-Z went on stage and emphasized it. He says, "I'm about $1. Who the fuck's a 50 Cent?" At that point, no one knows who 50 Cent is. Like, he's like local. And 50 Cent said in an interview, he said, shit, that was the best thing he could have ever did for me. I didn't even know 30,000 people knew who the fuck a 50 Cent was.
For real.
You see my point?
Yeah.
So it's like a swindle. It's like what's going on with this what is it, the Jake Paul thing?
Yeah, with the McGregor shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's the same fucking thing.
If McGregor responds, then he's important.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. You gave him exactly what he wanted. You gave him exactly what the fuck he wanted. Even if you could beat the shit out of him, if you respond to it.
How crazy would the Hip Hop Collect be if Ja Rule never responded?
In what situation?
50 Cent's whole first album was based off shitting on
Ja Rule.
Every song.
Really?
Listen to the album, every damn song.
Wow.
He has the one song with the Tommy guy, the comedian, where he's talking about he's dressed in pink and he loves Ja Rule and he's ta-ta-ta-licious, ta-ta-ta-licious.
Wow.
Like, dog, it was so bad at that time. Like, 50 Cent would put out songs that had nothing to do with dissing Ja Rule, but say fuck Ja Rule at the end of them. You know what I mean? Like, he just knew he was going to get promotion
50's
off
disrespectful.
of it.
That's why I like 50. That's funny as fuck.
He did. That's how his
He's
career
funny as
started.
hell.
He literally dissed Ja Rule his entire album. Like, his entire fucking album. And I was like, wow. And then I didn't think about it until him and 6ix9ine linked. And he liked 6ix9ine. Most people didn't. And I was like, this. And then I thought about it because I was a 50 Cent fan growing up. And I was like, 6ix9ine is 50.
Literally.
50 had, I don't know if you realize, but when we were kids, like 31 and down, and say it in the comments or whatever, 50 had niggas wearing fucking beaters that look like bulletproof vests, G-Unit shoes on, and he was the first artist where I walked out on my front porch and everyone was playing Get Rich or Die Trying. From like young to old. I never seen no shit like that. It was like a wave of confusion. Even me as a little boy, like wanting to be a gangster. When that's not who I am or what I am. I'm just like, shit, 50 shit. 50 was like a superhero.
Yo, it's so funny you said that because...
you know what I
mean? When I literally... I'm going to tell you a story. When I was little, I literally told my mom... I said, when I grow up, I want to be a gangster. I literally told my mom that, bro. Like, that was one of my earliest memories. And it was because I saw fucking 50 on the fucking cover... with the gunshot in the glass.
Yeah, that's the Give Rich or Die Trying album. That was see my marketing point? You see my marketing point? Yeah. That was the Give Rich or Die Trying cover. And the cover looked like, oh my God, look at him. And it didn't help more that he got shot 9 times a year ago and wasn't supposed to walk.
That just fucking, oh my God. What? 50 got shot for? That's what the fuck I knew about 50 Cent when I was younger.
Exactly.
That he was a rapper, gangster, and he got shot 9 times.
Exactly.
And lived. I didn't know shit about 50 Cent. Except for that.
I'm not paying attention to it. Me and Perry use this word called the casual. Because, like, UFC, for instance. They watch UFC. I'll dabble. But Conor McGregor brings the casual on the screen. Yo, who was he? Yeah, I heard he punched a guy in a bar. Remember the time he punched a guy and knocked him out in a bar right before a fight or something?
McGregor?
Yeah, McGregor did it. He beat up some guy in a bar, a random guy or something. Once you hear about that on social media, the casual is then drawn in. Those are the consumers you're looking for. You're not looking for normal
UFC consumers.
You're
talking about...
You want new consumers every time someone watches this shit.
Like people that'll fuck with you outside of the UFC shit. Like, oh, McGregor's a badass motherfucker.
You want new consumers. That's how you sell, even in music, marketing, everything. In order to sell something, you need new consumers, correct? Like we're doing this podcast right now. I need new consumers. That's who you look for. The dudes you already got their ear, you want to keep them, but you want to continue to gain. And I think that's the problem with people that get upset about losing their core fan base. You ever heard of them people?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, Ja Rule was one of them. He lost his core fan base by responding to 50 Cent. Because at that time, my mother and everyone loved Ja Rule. Cause I'm real, the way you walk, the way he was working. Yeah. He went multi-platinum. But because 50 Cent called him pussy 10 times, he had to respond. And it went...
Damn. You know why? Because it was probably I didn't know, like, I didn't hear this shit, but I know how fucking 50 Cent be trolling. I can just see by how he was at
this
Mayweather.
Is before social media.
It was like, for you to respond to that, it was stupid in general. Like, he's just fucking with you. So don't respond. Like, you responding just shows like you're weak and he's stronger because he's fucking with you and you're falling for it. He's like poking at you and you're like, you're whining and crying about it.
He wasted hella time.
Yeah.
So now, like I said,
like, I'm sorry, bro.
If all of them niggas never would have walked anywhere near 6ix9ine at that fucking house with them red rags, do you think he would be the same person?
Fuck no.
He got new consumers. Because remind you, he was big overseas before that. I watched the documentary. People say, don't watch the documentary. But you want to, you're intrigued.
It's fucking interesting as fuck.
I watched it, and they started talking about SoundCloud, and they said he was a big SoundCloud artist, and it was some dude from a different country. I can't remember his name. It's some dude from a different country called an eye to him. He's like a boxer, and he was like a CEO of like just a different. I can't remember what. I want to say Russia, but I don't know what it was. It was a different country, and that guy helped him catapult his career. The guy saw that he could add more consumers. He said, "Oh man, you can be big overseas, but you can even be bigger in America."
Oh, you talking about the guy that took him to he has a following in like fucking what? It was like Russia or Denmark or some shit. Yeah. Like Sweden or some shit. Yeah.
I watched that dude talk. That dude barely knew any English, but he was smart. He knew that this shit works here. Shit, this shit's gonna work in America. Let's fucking blow up the roof. And then here comes that guy. What's the guy's name?
Shoddy?
Not Shoddy. This is way before Shoddy. It's a white guy. He's like a trust fund baby. He took on him first. David Grange. David Grange he's the guy that gave him all that money while he's in prison. His dad is like rich. And he was like, we're rolling with 6ix9ine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like the thing about it is, I don't even want to get stuck on him. I'm saying like the consumer. The point that I'm trying to get to is when you do something, and I think that's what I want to get call this. What you want is, what people fail to realize is to be famous, or not to be famous, to get more money, is to bring in more new consumers. It's hard to do it with a product that isn't music.
Oh yeah, because it's like the product is
like you
stagnant.
see all them infomercials in Shark Tank.
Yeah, the product is stagnant. As an artist, you can change and shit. You know what I'm saying? A product is like you can't fucking invent a fucking iPhone and be like, hey.
I mean, they do it all the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But some artists, I mean, I feel like
I think it's still gonna be an iPhone.
I feel like
whenever that's the reason why I don't have a new phone. Like whenever I see shit like that, I'm like, what the fuck can this do different? I'm not big on that type of shit. But when I listen to music, I want to hear. I'm different from everybody. Me as a consumer, I want to be wild. I'm a hard listener. I want to be. But the problem with me is I'm not like everyone else. I want to be like. I want to relate to something that you're writing. I mean, well, we'll get back to this episode another day, and same conversation. But this is episode 7 of Ramen on a Friday with Kamau and Dev Dallas, and I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. We'll be out.